This, as I said, we didn't choose to produce on open field. For us, we choose hydroponics. And the idea behind is because hydroponics produces the big quantity. And the more the big quantity, it's supply versus demand. The more the supply, I mean, the more the production, the prices goes low. I mean, if the production is available, I mean, if we have the many carrots and many vegetables in general, we'll be giving them at the affordable price, even at the lowest price than at the rural market, like the way that they are using.
What is the minimal investment in such a project?
It depends on the size of the hydroponic,
Yes.
but the minimum would be 5,000. I mean, $1,200 and work on the small one, which is a model.
5,000.
Yeah.
Okay, a question.
Yes.
Community or you?
Sorry? What do you mean by that?
Manage.
Who will manage?
Who will manage?
Yeah, the hydroponic
I
or
think, as you said, it is a model from the knowledge about. Then the manipulator will be us as the one who are installing this model farm. After manipulating it, we are calling community members to study. We will have two objectives. I mean, we throw one stone to kill two birds. One objective will be changing the mindset of community by installing this model to study from it. Another objective will be making money for ourselves. That's why we are going to manipulate it. Thank you very much.
okay now model as on one hand you want to deliver knowledge and to help community, but on the other side you want also to capture something so you may continue to learn your project. But think about how those people will be engaged really in the management of a project.
Okay, I think if I can say we Rose, she said about it. We will engage them by offering them employment opportunity, so that as they will see their community members, their fellow members of the community are working with us, they will be inspired and come to see what is the things are being done by whom we used to sit together. Why can't you? That's why we will engage them by offering them opportunities of working with us and even buying with us another kind of engagement.
So that becomes a business now you're learning.
It is a business there. By the way,
It is
they are right.
That's a business.
It will be a
It's not a
business.
community-based project now.
Yeah.
It's not a community one.
It is community, but remember that this is one of the challenges for the point system design. This is a private, the SIAS is a private organization.
Yeah.
It's not an NGO. It creates the first step that they will be challenged. How much impact they're going to create in the first 1 year in the community? Beside making business, beside doing the model, beside solving a problem which is for malnutrition and so on. So it is we are asking you to bring a company. Okay, but this company is different. It's social for a profit. You have to impact the community first, and then you make a profit for yourself or for your colleagues and so on. Okay. Any comments? Okay. Anyway, tomorrow we're gonna come to you.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully, and you're gonna show us potential inside the potato. Because I know you're the potato man, but now this one hydroponic, whatever, I don't know it. What is it? You need to show me. I don't know about it.
It is just farming within the water. You inject the solutions of the nutrition needed by the crops.
Oh,
Then you inject them in the water, and then instead of farming on the field,
yes.
we will farm within the house in the water.
Okay.
Just the nutrition.
Okay. Tomorrow we need to see that. Okay. Final team. Last team. Sorry.
Kenya
Yes.
have been
So
together.
give the applause for the people from Kenya. Yes, because they were very active, frankly, very active. Even though there is problems with the rotation, but they were very active in participating. Yes.
Yeah, they participated. So now we developed just ideas in such a way that we do have the spillover, which is environmental degradation, which is a challenge today to everywhere, and everyone is now aware about how this is challenging, and then this will lead to the climate change. Around the country, just today we are facing these challenges. Really, Rubavu, Western, Eastern, everywhere we do have such kind of challenges. Means that this project can be implemented everywhere in this country. So then, what you have to do to mitigate this, we have to come up with the afforestation. Afforestation here, even if the climate change is a complex issue, but we need to talk to deal with this, just only focusing on afforestation. Even if the cooking stoves, cooking briquettes, and renewable energies like gas, solar, and so what should be also contributing. So this is one of the currents needed to deal with this environmental degradation. So the proposed projects here, there are many, but let's keep one which is planting trees and developing seedlings which may be distributed to the community, especially those in the area where they are suffering a lot with those issues related to climate change, environmental degradation. So also we talked about the cooking stoves. Just the cooking stoves also may contribute to reduce the firewoods which are used by the families and cooking or other domestic purposes. So we need also to work on that. And then we need to mobilize schools, prisons, and those hospitals which are using just a good amount of firewood, especially those factories, those which are processing tea today, they are using firewoods. Then that's why we need to also to mobilize them on how to how to develop, to plant those trees to ensure this environmental degradation is mitigated. So also we talked about today irrigation. Irrigation today, you see, if we say climate change, we do have farmers, those who are having their stocks, which are just taken on the hills every day out to the place where they should have the grasses for their cattle. Now we are talking about irrigations, just how to develop, how to make those grasses available to those cattle everywhere, and then this will mitigate the matter of taking those cattle moving around and destroy the environment. So those are the points which have been discussed into our team. So now this, as I said, the point one will be mostly focused on, as the seedlings may be used as a business, just which may be sold to the farmers around, everyone having a land. We may just have a land, a plot of land, whereby we may grow those trees, and at the harvesting time, we have to sell them and generate some income for ourselves and for the community around us. So this will be also employing the community in those seedlings, as well as the maintenance of those trees. Those will be employing the community around, so that will facilitate them to generate some incomes and serve as a model to them. Once they do have their lands, they may develop how they may plant those trees for also contributing to the mitigation of environmental degradation. So those are the ideas which have been provided.
Is it like a nursery program?
Yes.
Nursery.
Yes. Yep. So if this is any question or comments is welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much for good presentation. Actually, in the good project you present, I feel good when people are talking to climate change, because it is a global issue as well.
Yeah.
So I've been attending the conference of UNSDSA. Once they say climate change, it is a complex problem, which we need the collective action so that can be solved.
Multidisciplinary.
Yes, multidisciplinary or collective one.
Yeah.
So, you cannot tackle the problem of climate change without having a mitigation strategy that you are mitigating once you are planting trees. But I would ask, what are the adaptations? What are the adaptations to already the climate change? Among the projects you are doing, which are the adaptation strategies you are taking? It seems you are having good mitigation strategies, but you are not showing us the adaptation strategies. If you are not showing us the adaptation strategies, to me you are not going to solve the
Can
climate
you
change.
explain more? I don't know what you mean by adaptations.
Adaptations, I mean,
Application of the strategy by the core community.
yeah,
Okay.
No, I think
the way your project is going to be to adapt itself or to help the community to adapt to the climate change problem.
like
Okay,
the
yeah.
product itself, it will be
What I
affected by
mean.
the climate.
If you are
So I think
implementing-
your problem is that he did not define for us where, in which district you are talking about this.
Yes,
I mean, it's
So yeah, many said Nyamasheke, Nyamadale, Karongi, one of them. Because as you see, this will serve as a pilot
you have
project.
to define where the area,
Yeah.
so that we, is it the most affected area? Is it many areas in the north, in the west, south,
The east.
east?
Yes.
Then how the project is going to help those community we choose to adapt themselves to the climate change effect. Why you are helping them to mitigate on it?
Yeah.
But how are they going to adapt to it?
So thank you for the question. What I can assure you is that today there is no need tough research and documents to convince people that we are facing climate change. Everyone is aware.
Yes.
Yeah.
The facts are observed by everyone.
Yeah.
So now what you have to do is just to show the people why are we facing such kind of challenges. So we are facing those simply because of this deforestation, because of just the land management, because of that agriculture which is not appropriate, which are not just applying the new technologies to ensure the soil conservation. So now we are coming in the corner of the deforestation. In this corner of deforestation now, for us, we are going to intervene this way by providing what? Seedlings to this community. Those seedlings is not a one day one step production. We have to produce, we distribute, we produce, we distribute seasonally, and then everyone will be having these seedlings, and then we'll be aware. And then this can be done by our own project to make money, because those seedlings should be sold to the community, and then we should create a kind of cooperatives around the community whereby they have to initiate this as a kind of project. So this will be the way of generating the income for themselves, and that will be a good model to us. We'll be proud of this because it will be our initiative. So this will be somehow good. So other sectors, of course, as we are all here, you come with just agricultural practices. Others will come with the stores. Others, so we are, as it is just the multidisciplinary, just the issue. We need to come, of course, from those corners. All of us, not one to come up with a holistic approach to mitigate this. It can't be. So that's why we come with the environment. You come with agriculture. Others come with the conservation. Others come with the and at the end we mitigate these challenges.
This is one of your treatments as an input.
Yes.
Maybe you can. So you can raise the input, Janet.
Put the mic.
Are you already speaking?
No, just a minute, Janet.
Okay, just a minute. Put the mic. Put the
Yeah,
mic.
just a second. So just a second, I'll tell you to just a minute.
Okay.
Just one.
That can be injected. Otherwise, if we ask them to make a clear draft while injecting comments and recommendations within the previous presentations. It can be good. Thank you.
Okay.
And that's it. Okay.
What I can see there, I think I don't know whether we can proceed.
You can go ahead, just give her a thumb or something.
Can you confirm on the chat box? Okay. We can hear, okay. Okay, great. So I have a number of issues that I need to just add on what my colleague has said. One, climate change is something that is very critical globally. Being felt, and it shocked me that my colleagues from more experience in climate change. Climate change is something global. We've been experiencing it in Africa, we've experienced it in Kenya. In the recent past, remember we also had COP27 and COP28, which we had the Kyoto Protocol. All these are, it shows the way climate change emerges in the global arena. So, kindly just correct that global climate change is something that has a social effect that is likely going to spill over to both countries, not only in Kenya but also to my fellows in Rwanda. And also, when he mentioned of irrigation, so when we look at irrigation, currently, for instance, in Kenya, what has been happening over the years, in Kenya we have been we've been relying on the weather, and with climate change, we've had unpredictable weather patterns. So with the unpredictability of the weather, considering the fact that we have been planning based on how the weather is, you will realize that at some point we did not have food security, we were lacking food. So it may have a social economic issue because in Africa most of us are small-scale farmers and we rely on farming as a modern or as a way of earning as day-to-day life or earning as a living. So because of the unpredictable weather, it is important that we adapt to other means or ways of ensuring that it's food security, not only to the animals, but also food security to all of us and also to the living business people who are selling the food. So we adapt it. So we adapt to irrigation, whereby we don't rely solely on that, we don't rely on the natural, we don't rely on natural weather, we don't rely on rain all the time, we can even irrigate our crops. So I don't know whether that is it has been to be on the other end.
Yeah, it's a really
Thank you very much. Give her applause for Kenyan.
You
You are very consistent. This is about sense of belonging and making sense of belonging to the community that you are working with. Managing the stress and anxiety. We are seeing where are the stress and anxiety in the community. This is also part of the resilience economy when we study the spillovers. Okay. The willingness to take risk. All projects have risk, and we have to take the risk, but mitigated risk, or utilizing what we say the probability. The more we manage the probability, the more our availability will be higher. The more we'll be accountable. Okay. This is part of the resilience economy cycle. And a positive attitude. Always we start with positive attitude. We don't know we'll be successful or not, but it's worth it. Okay, you can imagine. For example, I can tell you from my life. Sometimes I invest maybe up to 30 to 40,000 total projects, many projects. Each project 300. Some of them maybe does not show at all. Then one last project come, and it's worth millions, not in money wise, but in changing people's life. So you never know which one is we're gonna you're gonna be successful. Okay, there is scientific people who study the cost analysis, blah blah blah, strategy like Pybos, so these people they're specialized in that. But I'm talking about it's where okay, it's good planning, but don't make the planning always make you always worried not to move. Okay, move as you plan and plan as you move. Okay, don't keep the planning as the only thing that is all this way. And sometimes, as I said, it's different between real judgment and realization in the field. So for that, our school really is a school of life. Okay, it's not school of school. It doesn't come with the expert. Don't keep the experts, providence, desire, or other spirit. These people are specialized in agriculture, these things, projects. Okay, don't keep the expert block you from doing something. Okay, the expert come and guide you. You have now done. You started the problem and dealing with the problem. Okay, yourself is I am a problem, by the way. I am Hana Buhaji is a problem. Being in Rwanda, I am a problem. Okay? What I do, I remove the things out of the problems. Okay? For that I am a problem for many communities because I want to solve a problem. Okay? So I don't wait for the expert to tell me, okay, don't do this, don't do that. No. I start doing. And whenever I need an expert, that time I bring the expert to tell me how can I mitigate. I created now. I started the journey. Okay? Now I need you. So I will not bring the expert at the beginning of the journey. Even though I'll take care as much as I can in the beginning. Okay? But I'll bring the expert when I fine tune the problem. Which community, which area, why this community. In the beginning, I always ask, the unaskable questions, which is the children questions. They call it sometimes the stupid questions, or out of the normal questions. Okay? And usually the expert, they don't ask these questions. Expert will see only things from certain perspectives, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, checklist that they will have. Okay? No, I will ask according to the situation. And here what makes us, more resilient and we can bring more, solutions. And again, it has to be linked to your life purposefulness. Because at the end of the day, it's easy to initiate a project. But how many of us really sustain projects? Okay? So remember, it has to be linked to your life purposefulness. Why you are doing that? How it will be impacting your community. Because with that, you can help your community to be more vibrant community and then maybe more sustainable, resilient community, maybe more later inspiring, stories. People will come. Remember, this has to be, as most of you have now said, it has to come from multidisciplinary, it has to be holistic, we have to see the things from different perspectives. I think I close all the team, they mentioned about the holistic approach. Okay, so educational issue, still I'm going to deal with the family, deal with the poverty. It is agricultural issue, still I am going to train people, educate people. Because without that, we can't achieve our goals, which is impacting the community in a proper way. Okay? And for that, remember, it's all about seeing opportunities inside the problem. Okay? Because I can't achieve stability unless I take challenges and I become more available to a problem. Awareness about availability, very high. Okay, these words, by the way, have formulas. We have formulas, by the way, relevant to these. Okay? And if you want to become tolerant and with high availability, still you need to be in the field. Okay? Solution will not come from theory, not come from experts, no. It will come from the field. The real expert is the field. It is the one that you're going to listen to. It is the one that will going to teach you what is that. For that, our school is not the school of school. Always I tell Amar, our school is school of life. Which means what? First we make mistakes, then we learn. Our learning will be much higher. I'm not saying go for mistakes, no. Take all the precautions as much as you can, but don't let the calculations to let you not to go to something. They tell you, many people they tell me, oh, you're wrong to come to Rwanda. Why you go to Rwanda? Go to Morocco, continue your okay? No, I want to try Rwanda. I want to try to do some projects with this community and so on. Then later we can judge, we bring our judgment and so on. So again, host stability, sustainability means we go for abundance. Remember, the world now are the people now becoming more abundant or more scarce? Scarcity thinkers. Are we becoming more scarcity thinkers or abundant? Scarcity. For that we are fighting wars. No? Why we are having wars? Because scarcity thinking is becoming much more now. Okay? Every country, even war about water, war about gold, what? Because they think that this is the only way to survive. So remember, the whole world needs us to be more abundant in general. Now I'll give the floor to my friend, the expert, Desire. Please, you can join us. Just before, of course, Desire is an expert in this area, in the project, so I'm sure you're going to benefit from him practically. But before, remember, all our resilience projects is about deciding to cope with challenges. Okay? Whatever he can explain to you also. It's very important I put for you this graph. Deciding again to build up resilience currency. Okay? Now, some of projects we're going to take today. Okay? I think these two projects, agriculture, will join them together for sure. And we'll keep also Providence involved with us and so on. And the educational one, which is about the schooling and so on. I think it's a very good idea. We never thought about it, by the way. So this is the project manager here. He's nodding his head, so he means he agrees at least tentatively. After our post, he agreed. But for sure, when we build the currency, we need to implement. We don't hesitate to implement and try. Okay? Losing $500, $1,000 is nothing compared to the efforts that you're gonna put. Okay? So, and this is our chance. We have the minimal amount of finance. It's not controlling us. It's not our purpose, the finance. We have the people who's willing to do. We have the community spillovers problem. Let's try it. Okay? Let's go for it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I come late. I get some challenges with my day. When I get to someone sick, and so I had to bring him to the hospital. So sorry for the delay. Now it comes that we focus on some communities in Rwanda where I want to work, and we take examples from the field and see how now we can work so to bring about the change. We know that food is the main driver of development. When you go in the historical background of development, you see that the root, the foundation of any development has been just agriculture. And in agriculture sector, we know that many people now are undernourished, as Truth said. We know that food scarcity and poverty is linked. We know that severe illness and poverty, food insecurity are also linked. Now, we want to talk about resilience, but within this setting, how does Africa behave before the COVID? What shocks, what problems were around, and how people tried to make innovations to create resilience against these problems. We come up with a problem of these insects that attacked many countries in East Africa and even Horn of Africa, like Ethiopia, like Kenya. These ones, they construct a kind of pillar that we can build our business. how COVID, how conflicts, Russia and Ukraine, are affecting now people in Africa, specifically in East Africa. Shortage of inputs, chemical, fertilizers, trades are disturbed. But all this needs to be addressed and have now a society with ability to stand firm regarding these problems. Even future shocks can come, but how we are ready to stand firm against those issues. So, now I want to create vibrant movements, vibrant models that will allow us to continue. But as Dr. came to say, we need to learn from the field. Now, government, NGOs, and societies need to understand structures and background of resilience mechanisms in their local communities. As we are working together, we need to understand, because we focused on this, we need to understand what are the issues inside our communities. Now, Adam's laws said that when we talk about agriculture, economic resilience, it means we face a problem, and the system as a whole must find the capacity to come out from that problem, reboosting, having different sub-models, sub-systems, so it can come out from that shock and produce more than before. Strategic economic resilience mechanism regarding this COVID, Russia-Ukraine clash, as I said. Now I give example from the paper that during the COVID we tried to work. The paper is under review within the what we call a fund, that is the publication house, African Journal for Food, Agriculture and Nutrition Development. And we have already received the acceptance. So I go through the terms of resilience now. Farmers developed within Kigali city region, because they're working in the setting of food system. Before reaching there, for example, in COVID in Kigali, you have observed that there are different cooperatives, maize growing cooperatives. And when you say a city region, it means is different in two terms. One, it can be defined as boundaries. We say Kigali with its 3 districts, Nyarugenge, Kicukiro, and Gasabo. So we see now the boundaries. We can now define a food, city region food, based on the boundaries. But on the other side, we can also define a city region focusing on food flows, where the food that enter Kigali city comes. So at this level, now we go beyond Kigali with its boundaries. We inject Bugesera, Rwamagana, Kamonyi, which one else? Rino. So, within the research, we found that in Kigali there were a lot of DAP, that is chemical fertilizer. It's called DAP. D? Okay. We found that because in maize production, normally they use DAP, this for farmers. There was an issue of movement, this. Purchasing power was low. Imports were low. To mean what? Because we use hybrids, today at the market we don't have these hybrids. And the only sector that could boost the economy was the agriculture. Now, how farmers could reject, could behave against these problems, and all eyes were on them. So, we visited now, we worked with people in Igasawa, in Nyarujenje, and cooperatives to see now what kind of resilience they tried to invest, they tried to innovate, innovations. One, actually I think it will be the first, because through publications, through materials that I read, I never seen what you call Ubudehe. Ubudehe is in Kinyarwanda, but we are trying to make it more scientific globally. And Ubudehe means what?
What does it mean?
Ubudehe. This is Kinyarwanda term. Ubudehe. Professor, can you please help us to define Ubudehe for that term?
These are community works, community work activities that are gathering people in order to solve a problem.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So they
Like Japanese,
they
It is a collective engagement.
Okay, nice.
yeah.
But historically,
This is somehow used it can be defined in two ways. According to the, as you said, historically, the theoretical meaning of Ubudehe in Rwanda is just a collective engagement, as it said. But according to today, what we are using, it is also used as social category of Rwandans. Those who are in first category of Ubudehe, second category of Ubudehe. That's why you can, well, once you say Ubudehe, one can listen Ubudehe in 2 minutes.
okay, so Ubudehe that we are referring
What
to,
do you for problem solving? What focusing on?
yeah,
That's what that
problem solving,
Okay.
Home-based solution.
home-based solutions.
Concerning what he is saying, we are not, it's not Ubudehe.
As the
These are categories of Ubudehe. These are social, economic classes
Yes.
we have within the society, depending to wealth and income among the
So
population.
historically, when within a setting, a given area, households used to help each other to come out from the problems. If you have a plot of land that you want to grow maize, for example, and you see you are few, you call neighbors.
Maybe they have other skills that you don't have.
Yes.
They can help you.
They can help. So, now during COVID, what we saw is that people went back to that old day, not like today, but working together, enhancing affiliation. One, regarding the DAP, the increase of manure. Do you understand? The increase of manure. So, it's like replacement for that. And recently, I made the cost-benefit analysis for people in Chile. I used to have 3 farms for maize growing. I don't know whether one of you maybe knows what you call the area called Chunuzi. Chunuzi, do you know Chunuzi? It's just near marshland. We have plots where people grow maize without applying any. And for the net, those people, they have 3. 3 means what? Investment done, the return is 3 times. Personally, I did this. I worked for the cooperative in the western part where they grow age potato. Because they apply mad chemicals, they were the second with 4.22. That's what I said. Okay? Now, do you know COVID? Farmers innovate the new area that in Rwanda don't exist. That may be when we increase manure, we can cope with the shortage of the second. We are not getting these inspection services from these agronomists, this what. How can we use these phones and radio transmissions? These played a big role to farmers. Demonstrating these online purchasing mechanisms, mobile money transfers, what. So, we saw that people have the ability to innovate new activities, new mechanisms, and when the innovation becomes a practice, it is referred to a technology. So don't think a technology is just using these phones or what. You innovate something, you implement, you repeat, and it becomes a technology. Okay, now let's go now to see how we can work with the community and how we can segregate these communities so we may implement these projects that we are focusing on. We have what we call self-help groups in the community. We said you have the population of the target. I want to work with people in Musanze. I want to work with people, in Nyagatare. I want to work with people in Bugesera or in Kigali. But all those people do not have same problems. Though they are in your area of focus, but you need to recognize specifically people with whom you work. Okay? How will you go through this? How do you think? Because now I want to work with people in Nyagatare. Maybe, let's say, with the climate change resilient activities or programs. So, tree planting, this is the project that you have. How will you organize, how will you know per capita household with whom you work? Let's say people, beneficiaries, or stakeholders within the project, how will you go to know them in Nyagatare? What do you think you will do?
Because by engaging them in a project.
How are we getting them? Why you don't know them?
Have to identify them first.
How to identify them?
And segmentation basing on the program they have.
Now we are entering the deep. How now? How will you identify them?
I can identify them by making segments. I mean segmentation. Those who are facing the same problems should be in the same segment. Others who have different problems among those I'm going to focus on will be another segment. Then after making such segmentation, I will know which solution is needed for this segment, which is not needed for another segment. For example, you tell us we have beneficiaries from Nyagatare, maybe from Musanze. But even though all beneficiaries are facing climate change problems, but are not the same. From Nyagatare, they are facing the problem of drought.
How? How do you know?
Just it is a
So this is what now we are going through. Because they are farmers, okay? And some of the farmers, maybe they have the irrigating mechanism,
Yes.
okay? Others are using these local-made irrigation,
Yes.
basins, what. Others do not have anything, but all of them they are farmers.
Yes.
Do you see? And the same impact of drought is oppressing them, but they have different. Do you see? Now, who are you focusing to work with?
Well, I mean, I can say it will depend on the capacity of the project. If the project is able to domesticate all of them, I can segment them as I told you, so that to help them. But I can have project which is going to focus on those who are using the domesticated tools, those who are using basins, so that we leverage them to achieve the level as I have.
Okay, thank you very much. Now here, you need to make a kind of business.
Yes, of course.
Okay, a business of it. You go, you can use primary data or second data from the government, from the district, what, from other NGOs that are working in there.
Yeah.
Do you see? Then you find your population of target. After having it now, we have some strategies now to reach and to inject those interventions, those programs that we have. Remember, we're focusing on tree planting, self-help groups. Those people, because they are split in different sectors, what, you bring them in one group. Let's say in this sector is called Ivoy. Let's say we have an Ivoy self-help group that will work with your project. Let's say in Jikondo, we have the other self-help group. Okay? Then they have common problems, common issue. And through this, you are going to work.
Yes.
But within those people, those self-help groups, they may have different financial capacity. You see, now you create a voluntary savings and loan associations. Within those self-help groups, you find you have 5 self-help groups, and within these 5, you have 2 voluntary saving and loan associations. This one will work as what? As micro what? Micro saving and loans within those populations. Do you see? Because you want them to be engaged. On the other side, you will have a cooperative now. Why do you create a cooperative? Because depending on how the setting of your project is working, let's say the setting within is on where we need to be engaged, but on the other hand, we need to earn something that will help us to continue working. In a cooperative, we may have a kind of agreement. This is what we call contract farming. Contract farming. Within this cooperative, we worked with these people, and through the journey, we said they have to graduate from the casual support that we give them. But though they are graduating, we want something from them. So we can create contract.
Contract farming.
Okay? Yes. It's called in Chawana?
Tugura.
Tugura. So Tugura, what does? It comes, it takes a cooperative. You see? I give you agri inputs. So like here, this session, we can call it a system. You see, doctor is providing sessions, these people are just taking some videos and some correspondences. There are people taking. So when there are different activities that aim to bring about one and the common goal, the system. So now an operation plan within this setting that we are talking about is a must. How shall I make this baseline study? Logistics, what the people to help me, what the materials, questionnaire, what. I go the all, depending on the way you want to have this data, because you say it, you can even approach this local administration or other NGOs, but this is not reliable. Second, now I have people are here, I call them, we have to meet. They want to meet. In East Africa, the issue of ownership is the main problem. Yeah. Issue of what? Ownership. Even for those for the government, you find you are a governor, you are mayor, you are the head of a given institution. You just sitting, waiting for someone who will tell you what to do. Why you know? Why you see? So, calling people now, these beneficiaries, they are poor, calling them that you need to talk to them, you have what, without a kind of incentive. They won't come. But on the other side, you can even complain them. They say, today I could go in for casual work and bring 2,000 for my kids, and now you are calling me to come and listen to you only, so I don't come. All those details and the costing, objectives that you want to reach, strategies that you use, activities, then costing at the down. You go through it. So, this kind of now of resilience, I mean engaging people to understand now what are main projects you can focus on. Globally, issue of climate change is buying. The one community is based on agriculture. Burundi, the same. Uganda, the same. Kenya, the same. Tanzania, the same. So, if you think about projects that can help you to accumulate some money, think about climate-friendly projects. Now we have here we gave the example of how now to approach those people. Now people are working together. Kind of production that people are producing. Farmers must enter in one people homegrown. We say this, community engagement, we say this. Now, I'm talking about those projects. Greenhouse projects. Do they profitable? Do they profitable? Sure.
Depends on the type of the
Fish farming. Is it profitable?
It used to be, I think, in the past.
You think, but today, not.
Today, most of projects are conflicting with the human being because some, especially for the feed, just the food which are needed by the human being are the same as the one which are used for feeding those fish. So those are the big challenges which are related to those kind of projects.
Okay, so let's come now. Why do we need this greenhouse?
climate change.
One,
Yes.
they fit the setting of climate change resilience.
Yes.
In the greenhouse, you don't need rainfall. You don't base your activity on rainfall. You control water. You control pests, and you know pests are linked to the global warming. You control part of carbon dioxide, oxygen. So you use less investment.
Initial investment is high, but later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initially, what you call fixed investment or fixed cost is high, but variable. So to break even, it's a short time, not a long time. Two, most of them the biological produce. And even funds are many. The funds are many in the greenhouse in these climate change resilience activities.
Yeah. You fund from the government as well.
I tell you recently, the government of Rwanda, through what you call Funnel 1 and Lema, they provided a paid invitation for districts that have projects related to climate change in eastern parts, eastern province. I tell you, they fail. And the fund was almost 100 million francs. 200 million 100 francs. People, what they're doing, they're just planting trees, this agroforestry, this what, that have no return in the future, in the near future. But if you think about the project that is fixing the setting and gives you money in short time, it's possible. Yeah? Now we come fish farming. To make sure the program intervention are sustainable, there are things that we need to do. Okay? Now I shift for the fish. Here I was just working with communities that helped to grow fish. And actually I have a video where just money. And the buyer, the potential buyer is there. Are there. Just count money. And that time they give 2 million on spot. On fish ponds. You go in the ponds, you bring fish, put on a balance. You count, then money, bring this money to your account. So imagine now if you work with such people. But to be sure, you need now to start engaging it from the root. Where we said people need to understand that you're working with them in order to improve their livelihood. You engage them in decision making, you engage them in every decision, in every activity, but also you remind them that one day they need to own that project as theirs. So in that setting, depending on what you need, you can start at the beginning with this corporate farming, but having a very strong strategy to engage them. You see, because if you invest money, you give them money, and they don't grow maize. You give seeds, they bring seeds, or they eat, or they bring back to the market. You see? So, having this understanding of our community and problems they have, especially concerning mindset, ownership, what, and having now the target needs to be addressed ahead of time. So, on one hand, we said local leaders must have ownership. You can work with the community without engaging local people. For example, here, this one, this, this,
Really?
yeah, really. This is the executive secretary of one region, of one state. So I'm working with her, and the people, they are saying, no, because in Rwanda, we respect leadership. Now, here, the executive secretary of our sector is here. And she knows what is taking place, and she's there just to help the community. So you engage also local community from the district or province leadership. resilience generation, maybe Dr. can continue.
I think that's getting tired.
Yeah.
With your idea, I want to conclude.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you have a problem before,
Yes.
I
If you have the questions for
Yeah.
Desire, it is
because
before
I'm
I
on the
make the
field,
conclusion.
I say what I do.
That is good.
Yeah. So if you have
Any
problems,
questions?
we are just need some clarifications.
Okay, he will be here. He will be here, so we can contact him also.
Yeah.
And for sure, Desire, I learned a lot personally. I'm very encouraged to work with you also. And this is again, yani, we might talk theory, but see, this is a person who's in the field and he's telling you, again, it's all about doing and going towards, implementing more resilient ideas and so on. We had many slides for you about what we did in different communities. For example, again, we have similar thing, self-sufficiency projects, especially during COVID, and what we did in different, with the refugees, with again the migrants in different countries and so on, and how to make these projects more resilient. We always you see that we are using like these variables. We call them problem vectors. Maybe this is the most important thing, because from the problem vector you will understand what I was talking about creating the empathetic thinking. And from the empathetic thinking, we go and bring numbers, as he said, secondary data or primary data, and you do your own. And we depend a lot on the observation. Okay, our data is based on observation more than secondary data and so on. So this is different type of projects that I mentioned in my book, visualizing resilient communities. Whatever Desire was talking about, Providence, all of you as teams you presented, it's all about going through the same ideas. But I wanted to expand, it's not only relevant to agriculture. So your projects can be in different areas. See, I'm giving you just the names and the flavors. So this is again how youth can cope with the new normal. You know now there are many, as I said, mental health diseases in youth. Okay? And how we can change that by, for example, building around them the extended family, getting them more socially engaged, and helping them to see accessibility in different areas. By that we can improve that. And again, these models come out after we do the projects. Okay, this is another project about based on COVID. Many universities and hospitals closed, especially in the West, more than I think in Africa and Arab countries and so on. So the facility, when it is not used, and it has some heaters and other parts and so on, there is a type of disease called Legionella. Comes from Legionella bacteria. This is, of course, unless you are ready to really, maintain properly your buildings before people come back again, it creates another disease. So this is again mitigation of risk and making our facility more resilient after it's been stagnant for some time. From the waves of, we had two waves mainly, right? There are third wave, fourth wave, but there are mainly two waves of this pandemic that all of us survived for about 2 years. From the waves, we brought many books, okay? And because the wave is about discovering opportunities, whether it is negative or positive spillovers. From the wave, you can learn lots of ideas how to develop your community and so on. So the corona was not all of it bad. It had made us, for example, many people now, they are more aware about their life and life purposefulness, which I was talking about. Because they've seen that life is too short. Another pandemic, maybe it will become much faster and it might wipe out maybe many people around the world. So we need to be always really learning from this big experience that, as I told you, we brought two big books that they have very good reference, because there are more than 60 scientists that participated in this book. It's all, resilience is all about this cycle, okay? Hidden opportunities, visible risk, and hidden risk. The more you know about this cycle, the more you can bring good solutions. Today also we need, as I said, when I talk about competency, we need different type of competency to live in this challenging world, okay? These are, I call them the B's and the R's, okay? The B, we need to be more proactive, more preparedness through again engaging with the community. Pull together means that we need to work not as a team only now, but really go deep into the community and use different techniques. We use different problem solving, and publication is very important because the idea is that to inspire more of the community. And this will come through reacting, realizing, resolving, reshaping resilient ideas in general. Another model which is making us also moving from scarcity mindset, which is now controlling the world, to more abundance mindset. These are all models came because of our projects. One of the models was about again developing models for solving complex problems in poverty. Okay, and how we use different techniques in solving these problems. So I wanted to widen. I gave you these ideas about mental health. I said, okay, how we take pauses and how we use pause. Pause, stopping and just studying all your history, what you have done, and then taking a decision where you want to go based on all this history. I'm telling you, even though I repeat this in many workshops, I know that many people they don't do it. Okay, so challenge yourself today. If you didn't take a pause, define a time that you take a pause, and to really know what is the stories you want to leave in this world. And what is your impact in this world? Because through that, you can discover lots of things. There are many models, as I told you, even zoonotic diseases, which is like the COVID, came from the animals and so on. And zoonotic means it comes originally from non-human. Okay. And how we can eliminate it, we brought different models with different scientists to come up with these solutions. The problem of aging economy itself. Okay, I mean it's a problem, but it's an opportunity because now, as we can see, that we are having more nucleus families, which is not to the advantage of humanity. So we calling here again the model, and you can see this model is like flip-flop design or digital design or design. How we can eliminate aging economy negatives and improve its positives through such design and so on. Generally, I would like to really work with you guys. Tomorrow, I'm going to sit with this guy now, Tayyip, because tomorrow we are planning to visit Musansi. Okay. We are encouraged to really do more projects with minimal resources, as I said. The more we can define projects. The idea this time is that we are not going to work as NGO, but more as social for profit. We believe this will give us both for both parties. I mean the beneficiary, the stakeholders, because I think we have three parties. Okay? We have the stakeholders, okay, which means that those people who can profit from it, like Tayyip, for example, and his guys and his friends. Then the beneficiaries, and then also the person or the sponsors who's going to support this project and have some income from it, or use it for another project as a learning, in general. Our program is built around what we told you, our postgraduate program. So in the future, hopefully some of you want to continue their studies, they will also learn a lot about, from our programs, which we focus on multidisciplinary problem solving and social for-profit graduates. Because as I told you, the world is getting more complex. It's not a choice. It's not something luxury. It is a must. In order to survive in this life, we need to be multidisciplinary more. Otherwise, we'll have more challenges. I would like to thank you again. I know you are tired, so I would like to take a pledge with you. Before we conclude, I would like you to fill the form, but now we'll take a pledge so that you fill the form in a proper way. Okay? So can you stand, all of you, please? Just Mr. Mark, you broken my hand already. You see my hand compared to him? MashaAllah. Okay. So we can say again, alone we are weak. Alone we are weak. No, again, I want to hear Kenya also. Okay? Alone we are weak. Alone we are weak. Together we are strong. Together we are strong. We shall work together. We shall work together. As a family. As a family. In mutual trust. In mutual trust. And responsibility. And responsibility. My opinion. My opinion. Is of no importance. Is of no importance. Our the only thing for borders. It's a reality. It's a reality. We shall change it. We shall change it. With teamwork. With teamwork. Working for Rwanda. Working for Rwanda. It's all about teamwork. It's all about teamwork. Working for Kenya. Working for Kenya. It's all about teamwork. It's all about teamwork. Hey, teamwork. Hey, teamwork. Hey, Rwanda. Hey, Kenya. Hey, Kenya. I've broken my hand this guy. I was going to fly. They have question. Aisha, do they have question?